My thing tried to start on me before I was ready. Goodness gracious. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. All right. Hey, my trendies, trendsetters, and my trendy tribe. I have watched 2 episodes of the current season. I'm going to try to watch episode 3 um, today before my weekend ends. But I didn't have much plans on commenting on RHOA. I kind of just wanted to watch it again for myself. But then I came across this scene with Shamea and her surrogate, and that one touched me. I don't have children. I don't plan on having children, but I still can, there's just certain heartfelt things that women go through. And I don't know, it touched me. And I know that with a lot of people going through fertility journeys and things that they've overcome, and the way that they had this conversation was so important to me because they really absolved each other of this feeling of guilt of how I believe it's baby Shiloh, of how her condition is. And I was like, this, thank you for keeping the scene in, Bravo. Like this is, I can get with this. So I'm going to play the scene for y'all. There will be a cover over the scene because of, copyright things. Of course, I will pause and give my commentary as well as we go through this. But I had to highlight this moment. It felt just felt good. And I don't say that often when it comes to a lot of stuff on reality TV. So I just want to make sure we talk about this. So good morning, everybody. What's trending? Hello. Okay, so let's go ahead and start the scene off with Shamea going to her surrogate's office. And she will say in there that this was Candy's surrogate. That's how she came to know of her. There is a little bit, because I think the surrogate has a business with Dr. Jackie. My focus will not be Dr. Jackie because I want to focus on the beauty of the moment. So that will not be my focus as I talk about this. All right, so let's go ahead and start.
How are you?
Good.
I'm Shamea, here to see Shadina.
Okay, let me take you right. You can follow me.
Shadina! Hey, baby mama.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
You look great.
Oh, you look
you're too
amazing.
sweet. You're always giving
Your
me
boobs
flowers.
look great.
Thank
Oh my
you.
God.
Thank
They
you.
look so good and voluptuous.
Got a
How
whole
you
new body.
feeling?
Honestly, I'm feeling blessed.
I met Shadina through Candy.
Remember when we said we were going to let you see your little sister?
Okay, so there's the flashback to Candy speaking to their son. I think his name's Cash. I do not keep up anymore with the names. I'm so bad, but that was in the office.
Well, today
I'm gonna have to put my cover over. They got me too scared, so I'm gonna keep my cover on. But yeah, so that's the scene. I'm sorry, y'all. YouTube is crazy when it comes to Bravo stuff.
see her on the screen, but she's in Miss Shadina's belly.
I found out she had a surrogacy agency, Surrogacy Miracles, with Dr. Jackie, and she agreed to be the surrogate for Shiloh.
It's not as bad as I thought it would have been, considering the mastectomy.
Shadina was around 32 weeks when she got diagnosed with breast cancer.
Okay, so her surrogate, Shamea's surrogate, already was holding Shamea's baby in her belly when the surrogate was diagnosed with breast cancer. And I'm just saying this in case y'all aren't watching the season, because I kind of am just now dipping my toe back in. I don't want to assume all of y'all saw the scene, so you already know what's going on. And it is what they say to each other after this that really got me. And then also Shamea speaking about just someone caring as a human about what you're going through when you're going through these complications and everything. But I'm gonna let this part play and we'll talk about it.
And it was a very aggressive form. So Shiloh needed to be born yesterday.
Was it an onset from being pregnant?
A lot of people thought that, and it was not at all.
Really?
No, it was not
Now I
connected.
kind of feel a little bit relieved
Yeah.
because, I just carry that weight.
I just felt responsible in a way because there's gestational breast cancer. Sometimes it's onset because of the hormones.
I carried away to feeling like I was a little bit of a failure.
Oh my God, don't say that.
Shadeen
The surrogate is saying she felt like she failed Shamea, and her body did what it did. She couldn't have predicted, obviously, that she'd have breast cancer. And so the surrogate has been carrying this guilt about baby Shiloh and all the surgeries that baby Shiloh has needed because she had to be delivered early because of what the surrogate's body was going through. And also, of course, the surrogate is, worried her body passed something to the baby. And then Shamea is feeling guilt that she's thinking that the surrogate carrying her baby could have given her gestational breast cancer, I think she said. I'll let her say it, but they're both sitting here carrying this guilt for the other of what if we did this instead? Things could have been different, but not regretting the child, just in the sense that, what happened to the baby and what happened to the person carrying the baby and stuff like that. Um, okay.
has her own family, and yet she's put her life on the line to help me grow my family. So I was hurt. I wanted my baby to be healthy, but I wanted Shadina to be healthy.
If I wasn't pregnant, I might have wouldn't have been checking my breasts as often. So it all worked out for the good purpose.
And so, of course, Shamea is crying because, again, the guilt of thinking that your baby brought on a condition in a woman that offered up her body, although she has a family and everything. And then the surrogate immediately doesn't let her hold on to that. Like, no, maybe I wouldn't have been checking on my body if I wasn't carrying a child at the time. It is. This one got me. So, and then what we watched last night, I'm still kind of recovering from that. That was it's just so much grief going on sometimes. But I am going to play Shamea showing herself with the baby, and I'm also going to play this TikToker that was speaking about it. And is there? Hold on, let me double check my notes here. Okay, I think that's the two things. I'll let this scene finish.
And we got a beautiful girl.
How is Shiloh doing?
She's doing so. You have to see her. And initially, with all the things that she had going on with her, they thought she had Charge syndrome. Negative. They said it's a mutation.
Was it the cancer in my body that was, causing these things?
You can't think about it. I mean, girl, I've heard so much. Oh, that's what you get for being selfish and not wanting to carry your own child. I've gone.
That's what cut me as well. People that commented and told Shamea that's what she gets because she didn't use her body to carry her own child. That's so cruel. That is so cruel. I know you can't filter out everybody, but I just don't even understand people like that would even say that. Like, what are you talking about? A lot of times people choose a surrogate because they understand how their own body operates and they maybe just want to give the child the best option possible. There's reasons, and if and it's her choice. It's really nobody else's concern. But that's a cruel thing to say.
7 rounds of IVF. That is horrible. Giving yourself 4 shots in the morning and 4 shots in the evening every single day. I want to be able to lay back or ride and get pregnant. That is the old school way. Yeah. I'm down for the old school way. And I'm still just struggling. I just had an ectopic pregnancy.
I know.
Girl,
how are you doing?
That was the scariest thing ever.
I finally got pregnant. I was excited. But then I started having really sharp pains.
I was like, I'm going to just drive to the hospital. So they're like, ma'am, you have a lot of people ahead of you. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So I get ready to sit back in the wheelchair and blood just goes everywhere.
Your tube ruptured.
It just breaks my heart how much Black women suffer with maternal mortality. We can never be taken serious. And sometimes they say, well, you have to find a healthcare provider or doctor that looks like you. But sometimes you just have to have people that are still human believe you.
And that's what's dangerous. Just people honestly taking you seriously. I'm gonna share my screen because I had heard the term, but I wasn't familiar with what ectopic pregnancy is. And so I wanted to look this up with y'all. I'm making sure my things are showing properly. Okay, hold on. All right, that it should be at the top now. Y'all should be able to. Well, I'm gonna read it. Y'all can't see the text, but so ectopic pregnancy is a pregnancy begins with a fertilized egg. Normally, the fertilized egg attaches to the lining of the uterus. An ectopic pregnancy occurs when a fertilized egg implants and grows outside the main cavity of the uterus. An ectopic pregnancy most often occurs in a fallopian tube, which carries eggs from the ovaries to the uterus. This type of ectopic pregnancy is called a tubal pregnancy. Sometimes an ectopic pregnancy occurs in other areas of the body, such as the ovary, abdominal cavity, or the lower part of the uterus, the cervix, which connects to the vagina. An ectopic pregnancy can't proceed normally. The fertilized egg cannot survive, and the growing tissue may cause life-threatening bleeding if left untreated. In a healthy pregnancy, the fertilized egg attaches itself to the lining of the uterus. In an ectopic pregnancy, the egg attaches itself somewhere outside the uterus, usually the inside of a fallopian tube. Here's some symptoms because women, unfortunately, will continue to experience this. So I'd rather read the symptoms out loud in case you know of a family member or something that, and you just sometimes you're like, oh my God, when I watched that, I heard this. So just go get checked out just for P's and Q's. So the symptoms, it says you may not notice any symptoms at first. However, some women who have an ectopic pregnancy have the usual early signs or symptoms of pregnancy, a missed period, breast tenderness, and nausea. If you take a pregnancy test, the result will be positive. Still, an ectopic pregnancy can't continue as normal. As the fertilized egg grows in the improper place, signs and symptoms become more noticeable. Early warning of ectopic pregnancy. Often the first warning signs of an ectopic pregnancy are light vaginal bleeding and pelvic pain. If blood leaks from the fallopian tube, you may feel shoulder pain or an urge to have a bowel movement. Your specific symptoms depend on where the blood collects and which nerves are irritated. If the fertilized egg continues to grow in the fallopian tube, it can cause the tube to rupture. Heavy bleeding inside the abdomen is likely. Symptoms of this life-threatening event include extreme lightheadedness, fainting, and shock. When to see a doctor, seek emergency medical help if you have any signs or symptoms of an ectopic pregnancy, including severe abdominal or pelvic pain accompanied by vaginal bleeding, extreme lightheadedness or fainting, and shoulder pain. And I never would have thought about shoulder pain. So just keep on the lookout for those family members and yourself if you are still out here planning a family. People on the internet are heartless. And then what else was I going to say? So Shamea, not having to prove herself, but still shared that she, of course, has wanted to try to carry her baby. She has tried. And one of the times, this is what happened, and she almost didn't make it. Dee says, I have a serious problem with Shamea's husband still wanting more children after all of this. Shamea could not have been here. He should count his blessings. I need to hear from Shamea how she's processing that, because what I'm getting is she also wants to keep building her family. And sometimes when I can't tell, I know he's the breadwinner. I can't tell if a woman sometimes wants it anyway and it doesn't matter what the husband wanted, or if they're feeling pressured. I can't tell unless they say it. Like for me, I'm not gonna lie, I know Sonya's happy now, but Sonya, yeah, she was on RHOA when I did make a video that I was worried about her because she was crying and didn't seem ready to have another child. And I remember thinking for sure her husband seemed to be pressuring her. Yes, she's happy, it's a bundle of joy, the child's doing well. She seems to be overjoyed now, but I remember that scene at the dinner table where it was almost like, I don't know if I could continue being with you if you don't go for another child, is how I remember that. So that one, strong conviction, I didn't like that. This one, I didn't see something yet for me to have an opinion on him. So I hear you. I don't have anything to offer because I didn't see that from him. Like I can vividly recall Sonya's husband, and it made me very uncomfortable. Our personal reproductive issues isn't other people's business to comment on. I just don't know what's wrong with some people. I don't either. IPV, I do not either. People see all people see is the money in the house, but I think this is a stressful issue for Shamea. Good morning. Okay, you remember that? Yeah, I'm like, she did what she did. And they have the blessing of their children. I just remember what my gut felt like, and I was like, I mean, all I can do is, you know, I have my opinion. They're gonna live their life how they want to, and now she looks happy. I hope she is happy. I don't know what else, but I just know I made that. I was very uncomfortable watching that one. It seemed like an ultimatum of I'm leaving you. And he was traveling out of state a lot for the limo business, car business at the time. It was a lot for her. This is the TikToker I wanted y'all to see that also shared her thoughts on Shamea's scene with her surrogate. So I'm going to play her.
Episode 2 of the new season for Real Housewives of Atlanta, but I had to jump on really quickly and give the biggest hug and the greatest thank you to Shamea for having that scene with her surrogate and talking about her ectopic pregnancy and also her fertility journey. Someone who has gone through the trauma of experiencing an ectopic pregnancy, experiencing pregnancy loss, I can't tell you how much that meant to me to just see that representation on a larger scale and them actually having a discussion about it. Wish it was on a show like Married to Medicine, but this is a part of the reason why Real Housewives of Atlanta will always be the OG reality TV show when it comes to housewives. All the other women who have experienced ectopic pregnancies or child loss in general, pregnancy loss in general, I know May is coming up, Mother's Day is coming up. It's typically a difficult season. I want to give you the warmest hug. I want to give you the warmest embrace. And I want you to know that you're still worthy. It's still possible and it's okay. I'm still getting through episode 2.
Ooh, yeah. Sometimes you forget to think about people that they didn't get to full term or the baby did not survive. If you know what I mean, and I forget that Mother's Day it can hurt people that are grieving, as well as be a celebration, But yeah, oh man, I think I'm still emotional from last night. I really do. Here's Shamea's live with her daughter. Let me add it real fast so y'all can see her just saying, "Say hi." Hold on one second.
Hi. No, not right now. You don't want to say hi? Well, Shiloh is home. She just had a right ear infection. She's been getting ear infections quite frequently. So they may have to end up putting tubes in her ear. But I just wanted to update you guys. Thank you for loving on our sweet girl. Shiloh. Hey, mama. You want to say hi? No, look. Say hi, mama. Hey, mama. Hey. Peekaboo. 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 Okay. Okay, y'all. Thank you so much. Y'all have a good night. Bye.
I think that's beautiful. Oh man, but as someone said, Shiloh looks like a happy baby. With all the things she's having to go through, overall, she just looks like a happy baby. It is good to know that she can be cared for. I obviously not everyone has that luxury. I don't begrudge the luxury that Shamea has to make sure her baby can be taken care of. I think that's. I'm happy for them. I'm happy for them. She is very cute when she's her little smile. She's so cute. And then the last favor I have to ask y'all, well, it's only one favor. It's one favor, and the last favor is to, if you would like to support my channel, I'm just asking if you don't mind checking out my site, and this will take about 8 seconds of your time. So if you could just watch this real fast. If you would like to support my art or my channel, I released a new design called Protecting My Boundaries, which can be found on my website, trendingatsomepoint.com. If you would like to support my... Okay. So yeah, that's all I ask. If you would like to support my channel or my art, I will see y'all in these YouTube streets. I had a lot of stuff I put out yesterday. Today will be more of a... I'm gonna try to kick back today. But just check out the content, check out the art. I appreciate y'all every time you decide to show up. And I will see y'all soon. All right. Bye.